Okay, my name is James Williams. This is the second part of a video about the racist ass woman in Walmart, or things that make me ashamed to be black, or part black, or whatever you guys acknowledge me as. So when you see things like this, I mean, it has to burn your ass a little bit, especially people of color. It has to affect you on some level or another. Because if it doesn't affect you on some level or another, then you probably don't have a lot of feelings. So this lady went off. Now, she started using Semite as her racial slur. And for once, that's one I've never been called. I've never been called a Semite before. So, score one to her. I have been called a lot of racial innuendos in my life, but I've never been called a Semite. Now, ever. Semite black. Wow, that's a concept. Now, as I said in my other video, there's an equal amount of racist people on all sides of the ethnicity track. There are racist Native Americans, there are racist blacks, there are racist whites. But we don't have to act racist in public. What you do behind closed doors, or however you want to follow in Donald Trump's world about everybody being racist and being outwardly, openly racist, that shit is not okay. Alright? If you're going to be a racist and you're forward about it, I respect that. But here's the thing. Racist remarks come with consequences. And if you're not man or woman enough to deal with the consequences of getting punched in the mouth, or possibly getting totally mangled and destroyed because you hit the wrong racial note on that person that you're talking to, you're in trouble. And you're going to get in trouble. This lady at Walmart, we didn't get to see her face, but apparently she was either of Samoan or Latin descent. Samoans speak Spanish. Filipinos speak Spanish due to the fact that Cortez and the Spanish Armada pretty much took over those islands, which is why their languages are Spanish. And then she brought in the Nation of Islam. I think every Muslim has decided that they want this bitch ejected out of the Nation of Islam like quickly, because she just made every Muslim look bad. And for the record, there are some very light-skinned Muslims too, because some of the Muslims are the Indians with the dots, not the feathers. Now, here's my thing. Now, this morning I had a discussion about black people not helping black people. That video was a pure example of that shit. Alright? Then she gets to talking about the guy's penis. Your ethnicity has nothing to do with your genetics and your penis. Alright? Just so that you guys understand that, because people used to pick on me about my ethnicity, and they would say, well, you probably have a small dick. And my retort to that is, well, I'm black when it counts. So that should give you the thing. Okay, here on YouTube, I can't just strip down and get naked. I don't want my channel closed. So, you know, if they allowed that and they sent me a message, yeah, you can do a naked blog. Okay, cool. I just may consider doing that. But that shit's not going to happen. Let's not dream on, okay? If I wanted to be a male cam model, which I wouldn't mind, I would actually do that. Probably wouldn't get that much followers, because how many times can you bust a nut at 43 years old? Anyway, there are some professionals. Ron Jeremy, heads up to him. And Lexington Steele, heads up to them. Because I know that both of those guys are in my age or older. In Ron Jeremy's case, I haven't watched him since I was like 12. So I know enough. Thanks, Ron Jeremy is the sexual god. But we're getting off track. So when people do this stuff, it always tends to throw me back. And my mom has never gone off in a store with me present, you know, and she's never gone off because my mom would be a Semite. But if this chick seen my mom would just straight be white. And, you know, like I said a few months back, well, I give you guys this every time I talk about my mom. I love my mom. My mom's nickname for me is Premium Blend because I lost her in Scottsville with a bunch of white people. Alright, now this is not reflecting badly on white people. This is just the fact that my mom could pass for a white person, and we went to a place where very few black people are in their farmer's market, and she blended right in, you know, so her nickname is Premium Blend. And I was like, yeah, well, she's Premium Blend. And when you come from a family of mixed ethnicity, things are a little bit more real. Especially when you're like the only one in your family who actually accepts all three of your ethnicities, while everybody else just either wants to be black, which in our case, most of our family members just want to be black. Some of us are hot yellow, like me, and some of us are off-white, like the sister that was born under me and my youngest brother. They both could pass for white people. However, none of us actually look like we belong in the black race. But black people come in many different shades of color. There's like 7 shades of black, 7 of us. I mean, you have like exceptionally dark, and then they get lighter, where you can go from exceptionally light until you get exceptionally dark. Now, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm not trying to piss anyone off, but I'm just telling the truth. Black people have many different shades of black. Asian people have many different shades also, because Hawaiians look like they're my color, but they're actually full-blown Asian. But they've been under the sun forever, so there you go. And same thing with Samoans. They look like they could be black, but they're actually Samoan. So, and same thing with the Fiji Islands. Fiji Islands, it might be a combination of Samoans and blacks. But, no one really knows how these islands and stuff are really discovered other than the old people who are passing away. And if they're not marking their hieroglyphics or telling everybody how these things happen, then no one really knows the truth behind it. History is full of mysteries, and that's also a quote. But when it comes down to racial, straight up racist fucking shit, that video there was a pure fucking example, and it pissed me off because it threw me back to 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade, and you would think that as proud to be black as people should be, the last thing you want to do is turn around and make black people ashamed to be black, or make it look bad for everybody else that's black. The one thing I set out to do when I make these rants is to not offend people and to tell people how I feel when something like this happens. Shit like this happens more often than not, and I'm like, damn, this is why I'm ashamed to be black, because somebody has to go and fuck it up for everybody. I rarely have to say this about whites or Asians, and unless you're watching something like from Japan or China, where there are only really Asian people there, it's funny that I should bring that up. So let me bring this up while I'm bringing that up. For the longest time, because I'm just sideways stupid or borderline retarded, I never knew that Native Americans were fucking Asian. And for those who don't know, now you do. I had a Korean teach me this. His name is Inkwon. He's the son of a preacher, so, he has no need to lie. I'm sure he was raised in a strict non-lying household. So, after learning that situation, I was, thrown back, because, went through all these books, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker's telling me the truth. God damn it. So, now that I know that, Native Americans are mostly Asian, and then, with a little assimilation through Siberia and stopping in Alaska and then branching all around the United States, the northern poles to Greenland, Iceland, whatever, and all the way down to South America. Now, if there's any Native Americans on Antarctica, may God help you all. But, when you sit here and you watch these things, I'm the only person who can't turn on the TV and say, God, please don't let them be mixed. 9 times out of 10, when you turn on the TV and something goes wrong, it's either a black person or a white person in America. And in Asia, well, hell, it's only Asian people there. Most people of different colors and ethnicities don't go into foreign countries and cause problems, especially since that thing with the kid way back in the day, like somewhere in the 80s, this kid went to Singapore and thrashed everything, and he got caned. If that didn't teach people that when you go to other people's countries that you should probably behave yourself and not spit on the sidewalk and chew gum in places where that shit's not allowed, you probably would like to know this shit before you touch down. So I intend on going to the Philippines before the end of the summer if I can just build up enough money. The problem is I don't know their laws. So my entire trip there will probably be, I'm going to sit in this hotel, maybe look at some TV, if I'm lucky get some butte, and then come the fuck back home. Might not do too much exploring. I might take a tour or something, but it has to be like connected with the hotel so that I won't get lost. Because I don't speak their language, I don't speak Tagalog, so that's gonna be a problem. Now, however, if I actually get discovered over there, like an acting company or something over there, it's like, hey, we like you. Would you be willing to stay a little longer and work? Hell yeah, I'll be willing to make Filipino films. I'm an actor. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I don't speak your language, but if you make an English-speaking film, I'm ready to do this. So that would always be like a sidetrack dream. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen, but if it does, cha-ching, I'll finally get my acting career off the ground. And sometimes you do have to go to foreign countries to actually be discovered when you can't catch a break in your own country and it's something that you really want to do. All right. So, like I said, if I get there and a Filipino talent agent discovers me, like, hey, would you like to do this? And if we set it up with your country so that you can do that, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll do it. I'm more than willing to move to Manila and work, but I got specific quotes in my contract that we have to discuss, you know. And I want an American-based lawyer, someone who speaks complete English, so that I don't get dicked up the ass with a red hot poker. So back on track. When you see these racial events, how do you guys respond? I mean, I know how most of us black people respond. When we read something or hear something in the news, the first thing that we cut on the TV and say is, God, don't let this motherfucker be black. We have enough problem as black people that we don't need one more. And sure as shit, it'll be a fucking black person. And then we're like, well, guess I gotta walk around with $50 hanging out my pocket just so they know that I have money. Now, when somebody steals something, you can't go into a store without somebody doing something. And this lady brought up the Nation of Islam, so a lot of you Muslims that are black are going to be like, oh man, now we can't go to fucking Walmart because this bitch done threatened to blow the motherfucker up and shoot everybody in there while her child is present. You don't do shit like that. I'm going to make a third video of this. I'm sorry, because I got out of track. So this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BC and you. Uh-oh, it didn't work.